This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Hothead, aka the M48 Patton. I guess I should probably reverse that. But yeah, so we're on Namenhan, everybody's favorite map in World of Tanks console. The bumpiest pain in the neck. But I gotta say, of the variants that are available, I do like the snow version better. It just seems like a nicer map. Not because it's any less bumpy, no, it's probably even more bumpy, but it looks like it should be a tundra, not some, like, summer map, you know what I mean? It looks like it should be. And, so I like the snow version of this map better. That being said, we've got some good players against us from the Immortals clan in this one, and you guys know I've talked about them in the past. It's a good clan. They know what they're doing, and I run into them on the regular when I do play. And if they're on my team, it's pretty much a guaranteed win, and if they're not, it's generally a guaranteed loss. This is one of those times where you guys will have to find out at the end. You thought I was going to spoil it? Ah, nope, gotta drag you along. Welcome to YouTube. Anyway, so we're in the Patton. We're on Namenhan. I go to the same spot I always go on this map initially, which is to the far left, keeping the border on my left, and trying to stay as far away from people as possible to maximize the view range of my Patton and hopefully catch people off guard. But there's a problem, and the problem is there are very good players against us who take a very aggressive approach early on and kind of ruin this for me. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So we're up here, we're ready. Our view range is all the way to where these guys can come around the corner. It's not to the point where I would spot them prior to them coming around the corner, but then I get detected. How do I get outspotted by anything? And then an AMX 30B or 30 shows up. I'm like, there's no way that he outspotted me. And then I see the Leopard over there, the Leopard 1, and I'm like, okay, he's the one that spotted me. That makes more sense. So he kind of stuck just the very tippy top of his tank up, which was able to detect me without getting himself detected, which is not preferable. But as you can see, we have the 215B and the Leopard 1 both right there, both the Immortals guys, and I'm like, okay, this is not going to be a good place for me to fight. So let's try to use the limited mobility of the Patton to relocate to a better spot to fight from. Maybe. Nobody's coming out so I can shoot them, so I'm just wasting my time over here. So that means I have to go to them. Again, not preferable, but I'm sure we can make something happen, right? So I'm going to relocate a couple blocks over to behind where all of my guys are on my team, and we'll see if we can't make something from there. And that'll also allow me to spot further out into the distance on the right side and maybe catch some people that are over there in the hills off guard and let my team shoot them. So that was the thought process here. And it's just simply trying to find, and that's probably what I'll title this video, trying to find your place in the map. Okay? Every map, while it may play very similar, is very different. Due to the fact that you're not always playing with the same people, and sometimes people do weird things. So every map, though it plays very similarly, can play very differently at the same time. Now we take a hit there that I'm just like, wait, how? How did I just take a hit there? Like, I'm on the backside of a ridgeline, backing down, and somehow he still pins me. Like, that shouldn't be a thing in a Patton. Like, that doesn't happen. Usually it bounces, it's an auto bounce from, like, upper plate up. But, you know, sometimes people get good shots in, so more power to them. I'm no longer going to sit up there. I see we have a couple tank destroyers here. We've seen what they have down on the other side of the map, so there's a whole lot left of the map to check out. And so I'm going to come over here, and lo and behold, the moment I come over here, I spot an M103 that these guys didn't see. That M103 is very, very close to the tank destroyer right here, the Stridsvon, and he didn't spot him. And I'll tell you why he didn't spot him. Because he's behind this little tiny dip. So until the M103 popped up a little bit too far, he wasn't detected. because the Stritzvons are such a low-profile tank that they can't see over even slight terrain. So I've already lost half my hit points. I've done literally nothing at this point. But we have an E4, and holy crap, that was close. Thanks for the 850 blocked. I'll take it. Nope. And we dodged the round from the M103. So right now I am begging the guys behind me to help me. I'm like, guys, look, I realize I am putting myself out here to try to help you guys. I'm going to need some help. I can't do this alone. You guys are going to have to help me. So we're using the terrain the best we can, and we're trying not to take any more hits. We've already lost too much hit points this early in the match. So there, we get an ammo rack, we track him, he's broadside on. Please, somebody finish him. Otherwise, I'm about to. And there we go. Of course, we hit him, and that's when somebody finishes him. You gotta love it. So E4 is all that's left right here, and he's giving us that juicy cupola, and somehow, I don't know, he fired the gun and the tank jerked or what, but he just happens to bounce that round. Like, that is the craziest bounce ever, and I'm being a little bit too antsy here. Luckily, he does turn, and that gives us a chance to shoot him. But again, I can't afford to take another round, and that guy's going to hit me for 800 probably, minimum. Might even hit me for like a 900 plus. I only got 1100 left. I can't afford to take that hit. So, we're just sitting here. We got a good shot. Finally finish off the E4. Our team is starting to win the battle, and that is a good thing. They've killed 4 of us. We've killed 7 of them. We're really starting to put a hurting on them. So we're going to go ahead and start executing the flank because we finished our side. Now we've got a Grill 15 sitting up on the hill, skylining himself, which is not the best place you want to be in this situation. You do not want to put a squishy tank on the front side of a hill. Now, if you're on the top or the back side of a hill, that's fine, because if you do get detected, you got an out. But he's got nothing, and I'm just sitting here tracking him over and over again until he dies. And you can't put yourself in that position. And look, I'm one to talk. I put myself in bad positions all the time, which is why I have half my hit points right now. So sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. More often than not, you don't. Hey, can we do it again? Come on, track him. Nope, we hit the center of his tank. We didn't track him. Unfortunate. I would have loved to have tracked him right there on the side of the hill again. That would have been 2 squishy tanks sitting broadside on the hill. But we're going to keep pushing up. Now, as soon as I lose my detection, I'm going to go ahead and break further to the right. This will do 2 things. First of all, it allows me to come up in a place where they're not expecting. And the second thing it allows me to do is get further away from the people that I know are in the center / back of the 4 or 5 column. I don't want to be close enough for those guys to see me and engage me, but I want to still be able to engage the Waffle Panzer IV. So that's the thought process here, and we see the artillery. Hello, sunshine. Yeah, you're lucky you're not dead right now, because, you know, gotta get that 405. I was about to say low roll, but I already know that somebody will be like, Spartan, the M48 Patton has a 390 Alpha, which means that was a high roll, technically. And I love you guys. But, yeah, so I try to catch myself, but if I don't one-shot a tank that only has 450, it's a low roll to me. But that being said, we're doing our best. We're trying not to get hit here. We know that Waffle's out there. We see him, we hit him. Unfortunately, he hits us back. But that takes him down to a one-shot kill. But that also takes us down to very low health, which means we're a 2-shot for most tanks, but there are several tanks out there that can one-shot us. The E100s. I don't know if there's actually an E100 left. But there's no. So there's an E5, there's a FV215B, and there's an E50M out there that we know of. But, speaking of E50Ms, he auto-locks, puts a round on me, I bounce it because Patton, I put a round on him because he's broadside on. So, a nice engagement there, catching the guy out in the open, but this guy's going to play really well, and he's going to use the mobility of that thing really well. So we're just kind of sticking here, using the terrain. Don't want to give ourselves up to be shot. Now, there's an E5 over there. It's got the side of his turret facing us. We try to take the shot. E50M is just pushing hard straight down the creek. He's going to come up behind us if we're not careful. So we're keeping that in mind. And now he seems to want to keep us lit up, and there's the tortoise. That's not preferable. So, the game has gotten a lot closer. We're only up by 3 tanks now. So we've got the side of the E5 again, finally take him down. That gives us a solid advantage of 4 tanks again. And that leaves a 215B, a tortoise, and this E50M. And we've got to try to make it happen. So, again, remember the part from yesterday and every other time, and I'll say this, I'm going to start saying this more often because I've got to get it into my own head. Don't be a hero. Stop. Just stop trying to be the hero. I don't know why I do this, guys. And I'm not the only one. I see it from other people all the time. You feel like you're the only person that can do any damage, so you do things that you shouldn't. And this is one of those things. I am chasing a E50M. I only have 650 hit points. He hits me twice, I'm dead. Alright? Twice. I have to hit him at minimum 3 times to kill him. Am I good enough to pull it off? He realizes I'm a one-shot kill. I'm trying to get the armor around. I bounce off the side of him, and unfortunately he takes me down, which is what he should have done. As soon as I overcommitted, he had me killed before I ever even had a chance. So, that's one of those things. And of course, immediately I get salty. I'm like, come on, guys, where are you at? The T-30 went and walked over to the base for some reason to start capping because 155 mil gun definitely wouldn't be useful. But other than that, I mean, I can kind of understand, but I can't really at the same time. Like, why would you go to the cap when you were in a place that you could help your team? Now, this Stridsvon here, he's going to get a little crazy. He bounces the round. All he's got to do is aim the shot. He's going to outload the guy because he fired first. And he's still freaking out a bit, and then ends up, he does pin the shot, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. But that would have been a really bad bounce. So, we finished the game. We had a very solid game, a good, entertaining match, I think. A lot of learning points. A Mastery Class 1, top of the leaderboard. 5,600 damage with 2 kills. And 1,200 blocked with 22 assisted. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.